Welcome to Ryan's Road Podcast, episode 22, starring Ryan,
Woo!
and me, James.
Woo.
Oh, that's a terrible woo. Why don't I get a better woo?
Right then.
Right then.
Hi guys, welcome back. Apologies, I got the number wrong last week. I think I said 22 and it was 21.
I'm sure our 4 listeners were very disappointed, right?
Yes, I'm sure they were. But they didn't even fucking notice.
I didn't even notice when I was on the podcast.
I did straight away. Because I had to edit it and put a title on it. So I listened to it, I was like, hang on, this ain't right. I hope you're all well, hope you've all had a good week. Jumping straight into it for today, this week. I wanted to get onto would we say value systems, or what we value, how we value things, and whatnot.
Money.
Yeah, it's a bit fucked up, isn't it? So I've got an example that I always talk about my wife about houses. Because the example of like where we live, we've got room to extend on the house.
A lot.
We don't own our house, by the way. It's fucking rented. So this is obviously, when you talk your other half about like, when you future shit that probably never going to fucking happen. But just go with the concept, right? Is the idea of if we were to buy our house and then extend it and do the work that we'd like to like give all our kids a bedroom each and all that kind of shit, blah, 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 we'd probably price ourselves out the street, because that's the thing. Right? So obviously anyone financial mortgage advisor, blah, 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 would advise against that and be like, look, you're better off going and buying a bigger house somewhere else. Right? And now, I get a lot of this kind of perspective, I think, from my job, because I'm a self-employed electrician and I just do domestic electrics. I don't do big fucking wiring jobs for Sainsbury's or big, companies.
You
and
do
stuff
the
like
small
that.
things.
I literally do little jobs. So I go around, like, on my Facebook page for my work, I advertise as being the guy for the small jobs. So I mean, like, swapping a light, changing a socket, little things like that. So I get around quite a lot of people. Like,
you get quite a lot of business, to be fair.
Yeah. So you can imagine the amount of homes I've been in, the amount of families I've met, etc. Blah, blah, blah. So obviously I see where other people live, and like nicer houses in air quotes, and you kind of go, and I find myself looking and going, well, yeah, this house itself is definitely nicer than mine and roomy and blah blah blah, but it's just, this is what I mean by what you value, because where I live, like the way the back gardens are situated, like my row of houses, imagine they're all going along, back garden, back garden, back garden. The next street that goes kind of down the back of mine, so basically there's one person's back garden that runs down the length of my whole street. So from a safety aspect, like, no one's going to be getting into my fucking garden,
No.
right? So there's that little thing.
Unless they want to hop the fucking train tracks as well.
Yeah, and it's things like, I live in a dead-end street, so like already playing out the front of my house with my kids. I've got a big, we call it a park in the UK, but basically like a big field, big grassy area, which is great with kids, like, want to run over there, kick a ball or fly a kite and fuck about sort of thing. That's there. The shops are right over the road, the school's up the fucking road, like we can walk to the school, we can walk to the high school, we've got a good road to jump onto things like to getting out of our town quite easy. I could jump on the A5 and whatnot for anyone that's literally from Tamworth. Like our town centre is like a 10-15 minute walk from my house as well, so all these little things, and then it's like the neighbours in the street, they're all fucking lovely.
You live on a nice street, to be fair.
Yeah, and it's like things like that. I always joke saying, if you went to buy a house and you walked around the house, went, oh yeah, this is lovely, but like, give me 10 minutes, and you went round the next door neighbours, went, you're right, think about buying the house next door. Just want to know if you're a bit of a dick.
Yeah.
Like, you can't say that, or they might seem lovely and be like, oh no, where have I? But okay, just like, at seasonal times, you have like a ton of fucking family round, and we're going to argue about parking because you're blocking my fucking drive, and you know what I mean? Just daft shit like that. But that impacts your life. Right?
At least you don't live in the fucking ghetto long.
Yeah. Right, okay, yeah, there is that. So yeah, I kind of look at it and go, yeah, we could get somewhere bigger elsewhere, but I'd rather stay here, buy my house if I ever can, extend it if I ever can. Probably, even if I price myself out the street, like, say like fucking 20-30 grand loss or whatever.
Yeah, but could you quite happily stay here?
Yeah.
I mean, you've definitely got the room for extensions and that, from what you've told me. There's some
But
great
you've seen
ideas,
the garden.
and there's loads of stuff you could do.
Yeah.
Loads.
Because it's just daft stuff. A lot when you think of...
But I think for your location as well, man, I think you're probably better off staying here for a bit, at least until the kids are grown up anyway.
I mean, it changed a bit because the house opposite did a double extension front and side. So it sold for like 320,000. Nice. So that raised the ceiling of the street. So there's always that kind of thing of like, oh, you'll price yourself out the street. The ceiling of a street of prices, going into a housing a bit, is only ever what the highest house is sold for. So obviously that can be pushed at any time. It just means it's got to sell for it.
Yeah.
Because estate agents will just look at that and go like, well, that's the highest one ever sold in that street, so no one's going to buy it for any higher than that.
Yeah.
But then the next one that sells for higher, it's like, oh, well, that's a new ceiling then.
Yeah, I know what you
So
mean.
it's like, so straight away it's been raised to 320 because the house
I
opposite.
mean, what are houses here selling for? About what, 230, 240?
I think yeah, between 180 and 230.
Sounds
Something
about
like
right.
that. But then it's other things where it's like I say, what it sounds like I'm just talking about fucking houses, but I literally mean like what you value, because, like I say, the typical thing if you're buying houses and whatnot, you're just thinking of numbers. You are literally just thinking of numbers. Whereas I would be quite happy taking a 20, 30 grand loss on the house if I could afford it, and being like, well, what price can you put on time and like happy life experience sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather that. Like when I go to some jobs and it's like a nicer house and it's a bit more out the way, and it's like, yeah, this house is bigger than mine. It's got a big fucking garden. It's like nice. It's really roomy and
Like
everything
a little
else.
country house kind of
I'm
thing.
like, you got to drive 20 minutes to go get fucking milk.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that, man. Like that's 20 minutes of my life gone. You add that up over like 10, 15 years. How many 20 minutes, half hours, things like that.
No, just having to like take the kids to school yourself.
Yeah.
And shit like
They
that.
can't just
every
walk over the
morning.
road.
Yeah.
And it's like, again, like my son's opposite my house to the left. Their son is literally the same age as my eldest, and their other son is in between the age of my other two sons. So it's like friends straight across the road.
Yeah.
Whereas again, I've known people that have had like nice houses and got like one kid, and the kid's a bit awkward
Kid's
because
always a bit
they
weird.
can't go out and play with their friends unless they're picked up and took there, which half the time
That's
the
if
people
they've
work
even got friends. If
Yeah.
they're so out of the way and shit.
exactly.
Like,
So
you
it's
just go
like
for a kickabout in the street. We're like, oh, mate's going out, go for a kickabout.
Yeah.
Like, you can't really do it. Like we used to when we were kids.
Yeah.
Just get a gang of us.
well, that's what you get in a council estate.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I love being raised
What do you
there,
call
man.
that in America? It's not an estate, is it?
Isn't it?
Council estate.
Isn't it? I don't want to sound hot. Is it projects or something like that? Aren't they
think
like the
so.
big like flat things? Like we get like flat tenement. What are they called?
Masonettes.
Not masonettes. Like you get the flats in town.
Yeah.
Well, they're just. I know they're just
Apartment
a block
buildings.
of flats in it.
Yeah. I think that's what they call it. They're called apartments over there.
Oh fuck knows.
Either way, like more people crammed in together, innit?
Yeah, council estates.
Yeah.
Repping.
So yeah, it just interests me what we really value, sort of thing. You want to weigh in any more on this?
Well, I know fuck all about the housing market.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I want to try and get it more about the value, because that was just kind of an example of like money over like. Because I'd rather value time and experience, but that on paper doesn't.
See, a lot of people wouldn't know.
Mm.
I probably wouldn't.
Hmm.
Not without thinking about it. I would. I agree with you with everything you're saying, but I probably wouldn't think of that.
Yes, that's
I'd
what I
just
mean.
be like, oh, this is a nice house in a nicer area. Yeah, let's go for that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. And then when you move in, you'd be like, oh shit, but now I got to do this, and now I got half an hour drive to get here, and like I wouldn't think. I'm very tunnel vision. I wouldn't
Yeah.
think about the surrounding stuff.
But at the minute, you're not happy where you are anyway.
It's not that I'm not happy. We've got good neighbours, and it's a nice house. It's
Yeah.
just pretty expensive, and I'd like to live in a nicer area. But wouldn't everyone? Wouldn't everyone always be like want to
Yeah.
live in a better place?
Yeah.
Something you're always going to be chasing, isn't it?
Yeah. One of them things.
And obviously with like a new one on the way, and obviously the stepdaughter. I wouldn't, But it sounds a bit bad saying stuff like that, because like I said, we've got good neighbours, and I'm sure there's just a couple of bad eggs, isn't there? Like there always, it's just a couple of bad people
Yeah.
that
ready for
ruin
the
things,
rest.
kind of thing. But because I grew up on a council estate, so did you?
Yeah.
Well, we had some weird fucking neighbours and stuff, but
That's one of the things where when that's all you know. Like we grew
Yeah.
up like that, but we didn't know any different. That's just
No,
like
that's true.
this is our lives. This is what it is.
no, that's true.
Because that's another thing, isn't it? But yeah, as I've gotten older, I mean, I've never been that like materialistic and stuff anyway. But
Fucking did when it came to your car.
yeah, that was because I wanted to drive faster. Like it weren't pretty, was it? I weren't there putting like
Nah, man, that Williams was fucking
big
beautiful.
spoilers and kits
Yeah, but
and
that was beautiful. That fucking
was.
Clio was, man.
It was.
Oh.
I
It didn't look over the top enough, and it just looked smart.
Thank you.
It just looked real nice.
There
Because
you
like, you see some ridiculous fucking people who do like the fucking courses up and all that shit. It's like with like skirtings and stuff. It's like, what are you doing? Like all your work, 90% of it was internal, and it was making the car go faster.
go. It was. Or stopping quicker.
Yeah, that's what you wanted. You didn't really give a shit. But that's what I
That's
mean.
'cause I wanted to
Because it
race.
kept the original body and stuff. It just looked smart.
I mean, at the same time, I don't like dogging too much on, like, because there's no right or wrong, is there really? It's like it's down to like, when you get into because there's car modders which would do that. They'll put spoilers and big kits and da. It's more of like an art form, that is.
Yeah.
Because you're making your car look how you'd like. Like, it's no different to the decor in your house.
I suppose.
You know what I mean? But people like to do it with the cars. Me, myself, because I liked the speed and shit. Like, I like
you
to
like to do
race.
racing and stuff,
Like,
didn't you? So you
that was more important to me. Like, half the body work stuff you could put on, it actually just adds weight, or actually makes it less aerodynamic. So
I think pretty much all you
shit
did,
like that.
really was you put new wheels on, and you just lowered it a bit, didn't you? Like,
Yeah.
that was about it.
But it was lowered, like optimally lowered, to give me better grip and
Yeah.
blah blah. Oh, I think we're fucking trailing off again.
Hitting fucking islands at 60 miles an hour, scaring the shit out of me.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Shit, they're eating a ton-ish. It was fun. Good times. So
But
yeah.
basically, you're kind of trying to say, do you value time or money more?
Yeah.
And I
Pretty
think
much.
we should all value time more.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense in retrospect, but in the heat at the moment, 99% of people value the money more and what you're getting out of it.
I think it's definitely one of them things where you can never appreciate something until you haven't got it.
Yeah.
Right. So I was talking to someone about this recently where they were criticising someone younger for just watching Netflix a lot. Right. I think they'd been through an injury and spent like pretty much 4 or 5 weeks in bed just watching Netflix sort of thing.
Yeah.
And this other individual's got like, you know, family and work and business and everything else. So they were kind of like, oh, like, lazy bastard. And I says, you're only saying that because you know what it's like to not have time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas like, I said, the other guy, the young guy, was just watching Netflix for fucking weeks. I went, he's got loads of time. So he doesn't know how to appreciate time. Like, you need to lose something before you can appreciate. Like, if you've been fucking broke, like you've been skint as fuck, and you get a tenner, £10 or something like 20 quid or something, you're like, fucking thank fuck for that. And if you need to spend that like willy nilly, and someone goes, oh, it's only 10 quid, well, fucking only 10 quid. Like,
yeah.
Like, you know what it's like to have nothing.
I mean,
So
that's
then-
what we should all be like with money anyway.
I know, but we're not.
It's a danger with using card, isn't it, man? It's just fucking £4 here, £5 there, and it just fucking adds up, doesn't it?
I mean,
But also with that time thing, man, when I was fucking 16, 17, I used to play like Call of Duty for like 9 hours straight a day.
Yeah.
Like, not a fucking care in the world, because I
Yeah.
had the time. Used to finish school, turn it on, fucking all your mates were in the lobbies, fucking play COD till fucking 3 in the morning. That's what I used to do.
Yeah.
And looking back, I wouldn't change that. There was
don't-
some fucking great times on that.
I was gonna say, like, I was gonna jump in then and say, like, it's not. We're not saying it's a bad thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because like, it's fun playing games and whatnot. It's good to have time for yourself and
I think
whatnot.
you've got to have an escape as
But
well.
I think it's more when you get individuals where it's like they've done that, but then they're not happy.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, well, you could have done with appreciating your time more, and you might have used it better. Again, same thing with like, you know, if you appreciate your money better, you spend it wisely, don't you?
Yeah.
Because there's quite a few celebrity type people that have like money wise, they've got a lot of money and whatnot, and you find their stories, and it's like, and they'll say they know what it's like to be fucking broke. The wife had something on the TV the other day where it was going through different people like millionaires and there's some TikTok people and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it got to this one just guy. I can't remember what his business was. I think he owns a bunch of caravan parks, funnily enough.
Yeah.
I think he used to be we call them pikeys over here.
Are we allowed to say that?
I don't know. Is that a bad?
Isn't
is
it
that
technically travellers?
They're a traveller. Sorry if I've offended anyone. I don't know. I was just going with terminology. I don't know.
Gypsies, travellers.
Gypsies, travellers. Yeah. Free people that live freely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
move around in caravans, don't they?
Yeah.
Because they don't have to pay tax then.
I think he was like born in that kind of
Community.
Yes, that's the good word
Yes.
I wanted. So there's says to him about like how he deems his money and how he like and whatnot and how he keeps onto it and how he grows it and blah blah. And he basically says he wakes up every day in full fear of losing everything. Like he's constantly earning money all the time,
But he's just
millionaire.
scared that he's
Like
gonna lose it.
the cars and shit, the size of his house, all ridiculous. Like you know, full on whatever you can imagine. His house was that big, his cars were that nice, his cars were that expensive. He had like fucking money. But he's got it because every day he wakes up thinking like it's all gonna go. It could all go today because he remembers how it feels to literally have nothing.
Yeah.
Whereas most people now, I mean, I've got a couple of tangents I want to fucking start slipping off into here now. Even in a like general council estate, like families, like I still had presents and toys when I was a kid.
Yeah. Yep. Same.
You know what I mean? It weren't poverty.
it
was
wasn't
it?
like fucking breadline.
Yeah,
poverty,
I didn't have the best and brightest fucking knew everything, but I did get presents and whatnot. Whereas you know, poverty is when you don't have shit, mate. You're trying to afford food.
Never felt broke. There was always food in the fridge, and there was always fucking
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to start sliding off the I want to slip off a little bit here because of something that just popped in my head that someone said the other day. I was at Screwfix, my wholesaler, and a woman said, "Oh, like the world's just gotten worse." It was not an elderly woman, but she was older than me. Could have been my mum. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'd think wise. I've come to notice that as I've got older as well. Like, people are people, whether they're fucking young or old. Like,
I've met some proper, like, clever, switched-on young people at work.
and I've met some really fucking dumb older people.
Fucking thick as shit, lazy older people as
Yeah,
well.
like, people are people. So anyway, she said, like, "Oh no, the world's just like gone to worse," sort of thing. And then my first put at that was like, I went, "Well, no, it's just because we're more aware of it now because the internet."
Yeah,
Like,
pretty much.
Because we're more
You're
aware
not
of
in
it.
your own little ignorantly blissful
And then
bubble.
I went, it depends how far back you want to go. Because actually, like, you only need to go back a few hundred years where we were just killing each other all the time.
Mate, 50% of women died in childbirth.
Yeah,
Fucking
like
shit like that.
like
Fucking plagues, fucking
Yeah.
wars, fucking Jesus.
so it depends what you're fucking comparing it to, but I think the world's a lot fucking better.
I mean, yeah, we might be on the brink of, like, nuclear devastation or something, but
Yeah.
Jesus, at least we're not getting conscripted into the military at 13 and dying on a fucking random field somewhere.
I like to go even further. I always think of like Genghis Khan time.
Yeah, at least you ain't got some fucking marauding barbarian.
That's what I mean.
Fucking raping and pillaging and
Like, he
killing your
nearly
women
took
and
over like
children.
the world. Like,
Man, Genghis Khan was a
they killed fucking millions and millions of, I think, pretty sure in
baller.
Asia, almost like more than 50% of the whole population.
Mate, there's still people
is-
that are related to him.
That's
now.
what I'm saying, they're
Shit, man.
related
His
to
DNA
him.
is still in the world.
Like, he's responsible for like pretty much 50. I don't know how accurate I am, but I know it's a big fucking number.
Yeah,
Because
he
of him.
He took over like the entire Asia, did he?
That's what I
pretty
mean. So
much, and
if
he
you look
fucking-
at like our whole human history, like the whole lot of it, like 90% of it is just fucking killing.
yeah, this is like the best time to be alive.
Yeah.
Ever.
It's nuts, and it's only come about in the last few hundred years. Like,
Oh, a million
our
percent.
lives as we know it, our like society and everything. I mean, it's boomed so fucking quick. 'Cause I've said this in other podcasts about like mental health and stuff, about how like we haven't evolved yet to deal with our world.
Nah.
Like, the amount
Technology's evolving a hell of a lot quicker
the
than
amount it's changed in the last like 2 or 3 generations is nuts. From our parents' time, from our grandparents' time, from when we were kids to now.
Yeah.
Like, I remember having a
Fucking-
pager.
Putting a fucking computer in your pocket.
It's like, what the
It's
fuck?
fucking mental.
Yeah. And we're not like in our 90s or nothing. We're fucking
we're still
early
relatively
30s.
young.
I'm 32.
Still relatively young, aren't we?
Yeah. Like, how quick it's fucking bumf. So that's what I mean, like, the majority, and it's happened that quick, it's made people forget, like, the history of, like, shit, man, the world used to be...
Do you know the one argument that really pisses me off?
Go on.
Sorry to tangent about
Yeah,
this.
it's cool, it's cool.
when people say, like, that woman that you said at Screwfix, like, a bit older than us.
Yeah.
Because you know how I like to think that we were, like, the perfect generation because we were still playing out climbing trees and shit,
Yeah.
playing football and that, but then we kind of grew up with technology, so we had that side of it as
Because it
well.
was coming out,
Yeah, so we had like the best of both. But when older people now, like fucking kids, all they do is sit on their fucking Xboxes all day, blah blah blah. It's like if I was 10 and had an Xbox, I'd never leave my fucking room.
Yeah.
And neither would you, so shut up.
Yeah. But they're just sad, because
Because that's what they know. That's
it.
how they grew up. That is what they know.
Yeah.
So shut the fuck up. I hate that argument.
They got to adapt to the world of what is now.
1,000,000%.
No,
But
I
Alan,
agree
going
with
back
you.
to your previous point
Yeah.
about money and stuff.
Yeah, what we
And as
value.
much as I'm not a massive fan of Gary Vee,
Oh, yeah.
but that one thing he says that I do agree with is when he says people with no money buy things to impress people they don't care about.
Yeah.
And it's like I've seen but I've heard of millionaires and stuff that, like, if you've got that much money,
Yeah.
like, you ain't buying fucking Balenciaga or fucking Yves Saint Laurent and shit.
Yeah.
But you're going around your fucking flip flops and your fucking shorts, gonna go buy a Lamborghini, mate, and fucking not giving a shit. It's the people that are broke as fuck buying all these Louis Vuitton bags and Gucci shit, trying to impress people and putting themselves into further debt. I've never understood that.
I don't know why. I mean, I actually saw a little TikTok video the other day. I know you don't like TikTok, but it was the guy, and he's like, I think he showed a picture of like the really nice car that he used to have, but it was lease. He didn't own it,
Yeah.
so he got rid of that, got a little shitty car, and then started a little business. Like, he used to be like that, but he realised and changed.
It's just a waste of fucking money, isn't it? But like I
Yeah.
said, people want to, like, they go into the club and they get bottle service and shit. It's like, oh, I've got bottle service, but now I can't pay my rent.
So
It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
it goes down to the same sort of shit when you're at school and you're a kid and you first start. Like, my kids now, they're all in early years in school.
Yeah.
Right? I send them to Fight Club and whatnot, and the way I talk to them is to develop their sense of self. So it's really awkward. Basically, we want to blend in, right, for safety.
Oh, 1,000,000%.
Right,
You've
if
got to
you-
be part of the crowd,
Yeah,
really.
but at the same time, you've got to be an individual.
Uh-huh.
It's awkward as fuck. It's
Fine
like
line, innit?
we literally want to be zebras. Because I think this was in a Jordan Peterson, one of either his latest book or his early book. Like, Zebras, the way they have that
Wait,
pattern.
did we say
and they,
zebras or zebras?
We'll say zebras and zebras then. Fuck it, we'll say both. Zebra. We'll just say
Did we
like
say
that.
zebras or zebra? Carry on.
Yeah.
Carry on.
So like when the lions are there, like they don't pick off the little ones because they're little. Like they'd rather have a big fat juicy one. It's just that the little ones tend to lag behind because they're smaller and slower.
Yep.
Right. But it's whatever comes away from the crowd because they need to blend in. So that's the idea with life. Like you need to blend in, otherwise the lions will fucking get you.
That was fucking. Did you hear that on a podcast?
Go on.
Because I swear I had a podcast that said the exact same fucking thing you said.
Yeah.
And it was some people about that kind of shit while they blend in.
Yeah.
And it's because lions, they need to focus on one thing.
One thing, yeah.
But like, there's these blokes that did some research, I fucking like 100 years
Paint-
ago now,
they-
about they put the paint on the bison,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
they realised it was the lions went for that one because they could distinguish it from the others.
Yeah, and then they come back and it was dead.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. You got to think about people like Bill Gates and those kind of mastermind people. Like they were probably like bullied like horrendously in school because they were different.
Yeah.
So you got to try and find that
It's a
fine
sweet spot.
line to tread in.
Yeah.
A little
So I
sweet
try
spot.
and show my kids how they can like going into fucking parenting now. I'm all over the place today. Yeah, you want to blend because we're like social creatures. As much as we say we hate people and blah de blah,
You
like
need people.
these podcasts prove that we're not. Because you and me are sat together, we're talking for the sake of other people. Anyone listening is going to be listening to us, and we're other people. Like we like other people. We like to be around people. We like to socialise and whatnot. And just be. It's nice when you feel a part of something.
A group.
Don't you? Yeah.
1,000,000%.
So you got to be able to do that, but at the same time, you need to be you.
Yeah.
And it's that hard fucking thing. And you start that at school because obviously you don't want to stand out at school because obviously it's scary. You don't want to be the singled as the odd one out because then school's fucking hard and blah blah blah.
Well, you don't want to be the kid that pisses themselves or something, man, in school because you're just never going to live that fucking down, are you?
So it's one of them awkward things where, like, yeah, if you step away, you might get eaten alive by not being a part of the team, sort of thing, part of the crew. But then you probably have more time to think for yourself to develop things like, as you say, like Bill Gates and whatnot, because they had time to think themselves. I'm guessing because they weren't too busy trying to fit in.
Because
So
people were like no friends.
So pretty much everyone, you want to be a chameleon. You want to be able to fit in around those people so you can blend in and you can kind of be in that environment. But then as soon as you're out of it, you're just you. And you're getting on with your life and you know where you're going and you got your goals and you're moving forward and
Well, it's
whatnot.
like wearing a mask in it when you're around other people. You just fit in.
I mean, you still be you, but it's that part of you. But I think people get stuck in that feeling of like still trying to blend in. Like then that's when it gets into like as they're older, it's nice cars, nice clothes.
It's the whole fucking social media thing again, isn't it? It's you see all your favourite rappers and fucking musicians and actors and that wearing this kind of shit, and you're like, oh, that's the cool thing, so I'm gonna get it.
Again, I know I keep referencing it, but I like that's the way they angle TikTok's going the opposite way, going against those kind of trendy things. It's nice because you're seeing more normal people doing normal things and acting normal. It's like, oh yeah, you don't have to put on that fake makeup or just do that dance that's trending, and you know what I mean. The amount of normal stuff I see on there, it's lovely. I love it.
Yeah, but fucking define normal.
To what we've just spoke about, they're not trying to blend in with the zebras.
I know what you mean.
They're painting themselves however they fucking want, and it's nice.
Individuality is a plus.
Exactly, because that's encouraging more people to be like, oh, well, they're not doing this; they're just doing what they want to do. So that's a good thing.
I think people are starting to get wise onto it, in there.
I hope so.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
So no, it's really interesting how people value different things and why. Because a lot of it, like I say, I think is that blending in gene, so to speak, and it's hard to break that feeling.
We're social animals, aren't we?
Yeah.
Since like the dawn of Neanderthal and man, you hunted in packs.
Yeah, we've always been
slept together in packs.
Always been
for
groups
safety.
of people, sort of thing.
It was safety in numbers, wasn't it? Basic human fucking need for survival.
Yeah.
Having people on watch while you sleep and then swapping.
Yay.
That kind of shit.
I think what I might. I don't like it when I jump around too much in the podcast, but it's like, fuck, it is what it is, isn't it?
Variety is the spice of life, Ryan.
Yeah.
If I was a spice,
I don't like to bang on a point too long, because we've already kind of said the general point of like the value in. I think I don't know anything else I could say on that which kind of pushes across that point even more. I think it's pretty clear.
I think it's more that you realise what you value more as you get older, obviously. Like I said, when you're young, you've got time, you don't really think about this kind of shit. It's the whole hindsight's 20/20 thing, innit? When you get older and you look back and you're like, oh, I should have done this more, I should have done that more. So you always regret the things that you didn't do more than the things you did do.
Oh, yeah.
Like 1,000,000%.
I always try and live with less regret. That's always a fucking good one.
You're always going to have regrets, haven't you?
Yeah, but the less of them you can have, the better.
The better.
Oh. So I like that. See, my brain's jumping all over the place at the minute. I keep thinking of different
points you want to bring.
Yeah. And one of them's in relation to Pokemon.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
It's always fucking in relation to Pokemon.
Oh no. Well, what I always I might have done this in the podcast already, but being 20 in, I haven't reviewed what I've already done. And it's is it a dichotomy? The trade-off is a better word of it. That there always seems to be a balance to something.
Use a sentence dichotomy in a sentence. Use the word dichotomy in a sentence.
The dichotomy of leadership.
I don't even know what the fuck dichotomy. I know the word.
That's the name of Jocko's book, by the way.
I thought Jocko's book was
It's his other book.
Extreme Ownership.
Yeah, but his other book's the dichotomy of leadership.
I tried listening to that. The one I just said.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it called?
Extreme Ownership.
That's the
Extreme
one.
Ownership. Yeah.
Well, I was just like, I got a little bit into it, and I don't like the other guys on it. I was like, I just want Jocko.
So that's what made me start doing this podcast. It's because I'd be there and be like, the stuff's already out there.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just don't like how they sound. They've got that. I've listened to that whole book. It's a fucking good book, and I'd highly recommend it to anyone.
I'm sure it is.
But if you don't like the way someone sounds, then
I mean, I gotta admit, it took me a while to get my head around Jordan Peterson.
Oh, I've been all good on him from day one.
I had to listen to it for a bit, and I was like, I'm not sure about his voice. But then eventually it.
Getting back to my point.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, is like a better example actually. The Pokemon example was funny, but I got more of like a world-ready one. My wife keeps the house fucking clean.
It's fucking spotless, man.
Fucking spotless, right? So people will comment like, "Oh man, your house is always tidy." Blah blah blah. They might say like, "Wish my missus was like that," or like, "Wish my house was like that." You know, wish. Because you look at that, you just look at someone else that someone else has got, and you think it's good, and you go, "Oh, I want that," and I go, "Yeah, but you don't see the flip side of that. You don't see how fucking stressed she gets over it. You don't see how fucking wound up she'll get if like the house is a little bit tidy." Fucking had it yesterday. I was playing with the kids, and she went, "I'm starting to get a bit overwhelmed with the state of the house because there's some stuff there and some stuff here and some stuff there." And I was like, "All right, well I'll finish doing this, then I'll do it." Like literally, I swear, like a minute later, she was like, I say flipped. She shouted at one of the kids. And the way she shouted was like, she's like fucking
stressed.
end of a fucking tether there. So I was like, stopped what I was doing, started fucking cleaning, got it all done and that not. And I said, to avoid that, next time when you say I'm starting to get stressed, I said, say you are. I went, when someone says I'm leaving the house now, you don't expect them to knock on the fucking door, do you? Like, because they've said they've just started. I went, so if you, she went, I thought I was fine. She went, but then the fucking knife got stuck in the dishwasher. I couldn't fucking get it. And I was like, right, so that pushed you over the edge. But that's what I mean. So, like, yes, people will see, like, oh, the tidy house, but you don't see what it takes to get to that.
Yeah.
And again, like another example with my kids, people
my mum was always fucking screaming.
There you go. But your house was fucking
spotless.
Mint. That was, like, better than, like, my house. I hope the wife don't listen to this. Like the kids and that, like, you'll see some parents where it's like, I know their kids don't sleep very well. Like, you maybe getting to bed very well, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but it'd be the same parents I see when they're putting up pictures of the fucking kids like sat on the fucking stairs with toys or in their room with toys or something at fucking 11:30 or whatever, and they're like, oh, like, I wish my kids were like yours. I'm like, yeah, they're like that because I fucking worked at it.
Yeah.
Because every night when I put them to bed and they're trying to get out of bed, I put them back in bed. Like,
How many times were they kicking off the other night when I was here?
Oh yeah, you just have to go up fucking tell them.
Every 2 seconds you would just like.
And when they were like
fucking settle down.
toddlers, when it was first putting them like out of like the crib cot thing into their bed and into their own room, like, and they got to stay in there. Like, the amount of nights I'd be there in the middle of the fucking night, I'd go in, walk in, lie them down, good night, love you, lie down, walk back in, I'd stand on my landing, fucking look at me, watch, and I'd count a minute with them crying, go back in, say love you, good night, lying back down. I'd come back, then I'd count 2 minutes, and sometimes it'd take me an hour, sometimes the fucking camera would turn off.
You worked at it, didn't you? And they all go, and it doesn't help as well, man. It's like the 3 young boys in that room, innit? So like, shit's gonna happen, innit?
Apologies for that. The camera turned off. I didn't watch the clock. So for anyone on YouTube, sorry. This might be a bit glitchy. So yeah, carrying on my point of the whole, it's a balance thing.
Yeah.
So the Pokemon example that I'll quickly flick into is when you get like a special card that's like a V or a GX or a VMAX. So it's like for you of you that don't play it, like I said, I won't bore you all too much. But basically, you get a card and it has bigger stats on it, so it can do better in the game. But on the flip side of it, you get to take like 2 or 3 prize cards instead of 1.
Do you know how shit that wishy-washy is in the fucking game as well?
Let's not get too much into it. But that's what I mean. That's the trade-off. It's like you get that extra power, but with the risk that if you get beat, your opponent gets that benefit.
Yeah.
And I think that applies
so much. With great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly. So I think that applies so much to fucking life. Like I pretty much haven't found anything now, because every time I see it, I'm in an example, I'm like, fuck, there it is again. Like, when you're young, you're like, mate, the world is black and white. You either like this or you don't, or it's like that or you don't, or you do it this way or you do it that way. The older I've got, I'm like, mate, the world's grey.
Oh, it's just different shades of fucking grey.
Oh, it's all grey.
It's just compromise.
There is no fucking
compromise.
Like, black people that go this end, or like, say black and white, you go extreme. People either be like again, with parenting, they'd be like, oh, you got to discipline your fucking kids, you got to know where they fucking stand, like, you got to know who's boss, rah, rah, rah. Or you got the other ones like, no, you got to love your kids, you got to give them room to grow because they're children. And then it's like, you can be in between those things.
It's yin and yang in it.
You don't have to be one or the other.
Yin and yang, there's got to be balance.
You can mix things, like you can come in the middle. Like you can be authoritative with your kids and whatnot and discipline, but you can also like show that you fucking love them, man. Like, 'cause that's what the world is. The world is full of love, and it's also fucking hard.
Yep.
That's real world life. Like, the world is a lovely, beautiful place. It's also fucking hell. Like, it's literally designed to kill us everywhere we go. Like, we could drown. Like, great. Like, if we fall, we're gonna die. We're gonna break. Like, we're really fucking frail creatures, aren't we?
That blows my mind. That does.
Like, how fucking frail.
Especially when you get a lot older as well. Like, you can just fall over and die.
Yeah.
So you could have fought in a war.
Oh, it's nuts.
And survived bullet wounds and fucking everything, and then you get to 90, you just slip over and die.
Yeah.
It's fucking mental. It's because we weren't supposed to live that long.
Oh, I put fucking. Well, when I messaged you yesterday saying all killer no filler, the Sum 41 album, because I had to do a certificate for work, which I fucking hate doing. Right. So I thought I'll put some upbeat music on to cheer me the fuck up while I'm doing this. So I put that on. And,
it's pretty upbeat.
Singing along while I'm there inputting fucking test results. I said to them, I went, I've got long hair now, because I didn't have long hair when we were kids.
Were you windmilling?
So I was fucking banging it, windmilling. I did it for like 30 seconds, and I stopped, and I was like, oh fuck, my head hurts. And I was like, yeah, I've got hair now, but I no longer have a head. It's fucking ridiculous. I was like, God, because I'm getting older, sort of thing. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm at the age now, if I went to a fucking gig now, I'd be like, oh, it's too loud. What the fuck is this? Ugh. Too old for this.
Oh, what are we on? 3 minutes.
I think we've wrapped it up nicely.
Yeah, I wouldn't say nicely. I think we
kind of fucking tangented a bit.
Ran around the fucking garden.
I think the key point is value time more than money.
Yes, definitely.
Value convenience more than money as well.
Obviously,
not convenience.
Depending on what stage of your life you're in, what circumstance you're in. Obviously, value fucking money if you can't buy food.
Yeah. Like, if you've got fucking millions, and you can piss money away.
When you're into that point of being, I think this applies when you're comfortable.
Yeah.
If you can afford food and your bills are there and I say that though, I'm talking out my fucking arse, because I know people that can't afford fucking water, rent, and fucking anything else, but they're still like go out on weekends, spend hundreds on just fucking partying, or like go and spend a few £100 on like new clothes and
I've
fucking.
never understood that, man.
A portion of it is you want it to feel better about yourself.
It's a way, yeah, it's a confidence, but it's a self-esteem boost, isn't it? You're feeling like shit, you can't pay rent. I'll go buy some nice clothes, that might me feel
while I was off with the COVID for the 3 weeks, obviously I didn't work for 3 weeks, self-employed, put me on my fucking arse. I literally had, I think, £2 in my bank. The missus managed to get some evening work in with the mum and get some money in. And got back into these fucking Pokemon cards, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
So I bought, was it a deck? I bought something off eBay, I think it's like £15. And the missus bought it for me. And I kept like saying to her, like, thank you. I was like, I know we shouldn't, and I know it's fucking stupid. I was like, but it just helps me mentally deal with the fact that I can't get out there and actually deal with life at the minute. Like, I weren't in a state where I could like get off my arse, get on with life, like get to work, do the work, you know what I mean? Put in the graft. Because when you're doing that, that's good, because you're like, at least I'm doing something. I'm getting somewhere with it. But when you're like, you can't fucking do anything to improve your situation. Yeah. Sometimes that little retail therapy, a little bit is like.
I completely understand why people do it. I mean, I've done it myself loads. I'm like, oh, I've got this, I should be doing this, but I'm gonna go buy that new game.
Yeah.
And because it's a distraction, it makes you feel better. It's,
Yeah.
It's a little fucking segue away from the fucking world and how shit it can be.
I think again, this kind of blends a little bit into when I said about like the extremes and black light
Yeah.
into this. It's like I think things are good in moderation, aren't they? So like, and then
Yeah, I can't do moderation.
yeah. So again, it depends on your circles. Like if you're there whinging about the state of your life now, you can't fucking afford anything at all, and I don't know, maybe you want to be at point C in your life, but you're still at fucking point A or whatever, but you're blowing all your time on stupid stuff, so you're not fucking, so you're just constantly playing on games all the fucking time, and you're not actually getting away with it, and all your money's just going on shit that you don't need, then it's like, sort your priorities out, like, moderate a bit better, so like, still have some time to play, still buy yourself the odd thing,
have it as like a reward.
yeah,
doing
but
something.
start putting time and money into where you want to get to instead. Again, maybe you are where you want to be, and you've got that fucking excess income, and you want to spend it on that sort of shit, mate. As long if you're happy, fucking fair enough.
Yep.
Like when you brought him up, Gary V. Now he grafts his fucking balls off, but he always puts across in his content that he really enjoys the process. Like, he's in love with the process. He's there and he sits there. He's like, I don't want to watch Netflix. He's like, I don't want to play games. He's like, this is what I want to do. This is what I enjoy. He enjoys doing business, and he enjoys doing videos, and he enjoys helping other people do business. That's what he enjoys doing. He actually enjoys doing that.
I can't even imagine having that mindset.
And he's like, but if you enjoy sitting around watching fucking Game of Thrones or playing your computers for fucking 3 hours every evening after work, and that's what you enjoy, and you're happy with your life, then fucking great.
Yep.
He always points out he's trying to talk to the people that are not happy, and he said because in his realms he's met people that are like Fortune 500 business owners and fucking, they're up there with money. He was like, but there's people that are earning a third of that and they're a lot happier.
Yep.
It's like, and ultimately we're only on this planet for a short fucking time. We're not alive forever.
Nah,
It's
we're like a fucking blip.
You want to be happy, or at least feeling good towards where you're working to for more of it than
1,000,000%.
yeah. You want to
Well, ideally, you want to leave a legacy, don't you? That's
another thing.
That's another thing.
That's
And only a very few select people ever do that, really, don't they?
That's like a whole other level goal.
Yep.
I think most people, the best you can wish for is
Having a nice family,
Yeah.
living a good life, and having some grandkids to leave
having a bit of
behind
a
or
positive
something.
impact sort of thing.
Yeah. Helping people. But knowing that you've got a comfortable family you're leaving behind kind of thing. Yeah.
That'd be nice. Like me and Mo, like when we see like more like American-y stuff, when they sit round and they got like the parents and the grandparents and the aunties and uncles, like the big family sort of thing. Me and her ain't got that. And I always say, we're starting that. I went,
you're going to be the first generation to start that.
In that picture, I always say, we're going to be the grandparents with our kids and their kids, and we'll be around the table. And then
and your kids will be telling their kids, oh, when we were growing up, we never saw our fucking grandparents or nothing because my mum and dad, your grandparents didn't have that shit.
Yeah.
So be thankful you get to see your grandparents kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're going to be some fucking switched on good kids, man.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
They're going to be hardworking. Yeah. 1,000,000%, because you ain't going to fucking let them slack.
Oh, God. Fucking sidetracking a bit more. That's the theme for this week. I'll rename it sidetracking. Fucking.
Yeah.
You remember Billy Madison, don't you?
Yeah, I remember Billy Madison.
Do you remember at the start of the film where he's talking like gibberish at the table?
Yeah.
Because they've got the guy at the bottom pulling his face like and then we were watching it, the missus was like, this is the kids. I was like, it is, isn't it? And then like today they were doing that, like they were trying to play Pokemon, like Harvey's pulling a face at Jess, they're going bleh! I'm like, it's just what you're all idiots. That's just what the fucking kids do.
Man, the only best bit about that film, because I think I watched it a few years back and I was like, it's not that great. When you watch it back now, it's not amazing.
I still love it. Carry on.
But when he's just got the water hose on that kid, just standing there. Just,
why are you doing this, mister? Why are you doing this? Oh, fucking hell.
He's never going to be Happy Gilmore. I don't think he's ever going to... I can't choose between Happy Gilmore or Waterboy.
Oh.
I think if I had to choose one, I could only watch for the rest of my life. Gun to my head, I'm going Waterboy.
I think we've naturally transitioned into the new theme. We haven't got the fucking theme music.
Hang on. What have you been up to this week?
It was, wasn't it?
That was that.
There you go.
First time. Oh man, Waterboy.
So yeah, this can be like...
I'm your daddy, Roboito. Ciao. Roberto. He changed his name to Roberto.
Look at like Tiger Woods and his daddy. Ricky
Come on, dummy.
Don't be silly, dopey.
Oh, good tackle, mama.
Grizzly Adams did have a beard.
Roberto. Just like bloke in his every time. Time.
Always just picture the sound of the fucking professor when he gets hit with the ball through the window.
Tell your mama I said hello.
Oh god.
Got all them teeth and no toothbrush.
All them teeth but no toothbrush. She showed me her boobies. I like
them
too.
too. I find Vicky
I like
dog
Vicky.
very sexy.
That's it. I like Vicky. She likes me back. She showed me her boobies. And I like them too.
How old are you, son? 8, 9? I'm what is it?
39 or something?
No, it's not 39 because he goes to college, doesn't he? So I'm 23, 24.
It's older, isn't it? I'm sure he's in his 30s.
I see you're always perspiring. You may need a water boy.
And alligators are honoring because I'm a medulla oblongata. Let's see what Mama has to say on the subject. Mama says alligators are honoring because I've got all damn teeth and no toothbrush. Mama's wrong again. No, Corona saying
you're wrong.
Mama's right. Mama's right. Something's wrong with his medulla oblongata.
Brings me to my next point, kids. Don't smoke crack. Is it smoke crack or don't do drugs? Don't smoke crack, innit? I'm sure it is. Don't smoke crack.
I think we've answered our own question, innit? It's Waterboy. We didn't do one Happy Gilmore quote and all that. It's Waterboy, man.
Happy Gilmore's just as quotable. I don't know, actually.
It's Waterboy, man. Like,
I think
Happy Gilmore is the bollocks, but Waterboy, man, it's that next fucking level, innit?
I think that was peak. I did really, really like Mr. Deeds as well.
When the night closes in. When the night closes in. And so the crappy finger paintings you bring home and they suck. I'm crying, baby. I don't mean that. Sometimes I just get so scared of being a nobody.
You know, on breakfast?
Hey, you know on breakfast? Fuck.
I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
I had to hit off Frankenstein's foot. No, fat foot.
Fat foot,
I had to hit off Frankenstein's fat foot.
No, he has to play the ball as it lies. See, there's some good bits in Happy Gilmore, but Waterboy, you could almost go through the whole fucking film, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Like Gilmore, it's like there's
I had
bits.
my mum and Coach Clan at the same time.
Oh yeah, Mister, get this off of me. Hey, you know that Mister lady? I think I just killed
her. Oh.
Well, now your back's gonna hurt because you just pulled landscaping duty. My fingers hurt.
I forgot about Ben Stiller.
Yeah. My fingers hurt. What's that? My fingers hurt. Oh,
I will put you to sleep.
You will get to sleep. Oh, I'll put you to sleep. Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
All I gotta do is play with Steve.
Oh yeah. And all I got to keep me company is Steve. Yeah.
Oh man.
No one's gonna listen to this. Just us quoting fucking Madison films. It's just.
What have you been up to this week then?
Grandma's Boy.
Oh man, I fucking know the amount of people have never seen Grandma's Boy.
Oh, you gotta
How
watch
did he see me? Against all that.
Fucking.
Please sit on my face.
Yes, please sit on my face.
Oh, you just got burnt. No, what is it? Your shit's weak. Your shit's weak.
Shit's weak. That's
Come on, Greybeard.
It's
Grey Bush, innit?
Oh fuck.
Because what is it? Dance Revolution. I've never played this before. Am I doing this right?
Yeah.
He's fucking smashing
and he's fucking smashing it, isn't he? Oh, we need to watch that.
Oh man.
Again.
Grandma's Boy's fucking.
We still need to watch
incredible.
Dr. Horrible again as well.
We do.
No Patrick Harris. But yeah, up to this week, I mean, obviously we've just done the whole fucking Billy Madison thing, but it's still been the whole Pokemon thing. Sadly, I thought it's as daft as it sounds.
We're never going to talk about working a full week on this podcast.
What do you mean?
You know, a whole workout week on this podcast.
We did. What do you mean? What the workout week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't mentioned it.
Sometimes I mention. Well, I do normally mention the fitness channel at the end, or at least I did. Yeah, because of the whole COVID-y thing, when me being off and like James weren't coming, because obviously I was ill and couldn't come in, and this was blah blah. So we got back to our morning workouts this week. See, I always think this is better off doing like a video about it on the fitness channel, but.
Yeah, no, but it's the whole what we've been up to this week, so it's like just a nice little mention that we've been back on it. Kind of thing.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So yeah, we've been back on it, and so the idea this week was getting back to work, so getting up and going to fucking work every day.
Yeah.
And then doing the morning workouts, but then not doing like my evenings, which has been getting in this fucking studio editing.
Yeah.
So I haven't edited the vlog or nothing, and I weren't going my jiu-jitsu classes either. So the evenings have still just been like doing fuck all, but trying to ease back into it. But yeah, we managed a full week, didn't we? on my socials that I always like to point out is the whole something over nothing.
Yeah.
I always bang on about it. But I think this week really showed, because after having 3 weeks off and having 3 weeks off because of the COVID, you'd think starting an early morning workout again would be like, it was hard, wasn't it?
It was hard.
Yeah. But I don't know about yourself.
I mean, it was hard
you
for me.
pushed it a bit more than me.
It was, yeah, but I was doing little bits at work and stuff on my bar. I wasn't
Yeah.
doing a workout, but if I had 10 minutes at work, I'd do a couple
Yeah.
of pull-ups and stuff. But I mean, it was hard for me just because we'd had the 3 weeks off
Yeah.
and being out of the routine, so it must have been fucking even harder for you.
But that's why
COVID.
I literally went out. I mean, I talked more for most
I
of the
think
week
on the
than I-
first day, I think you just did. I think you did your pull-ups.
Was the first time when I felt sick? When I said, like, I don't feel like I've woke up early sick. I feel... No, it's the second
that
day.
was
It's
the
the
second
Tuesday.
day and you had to go
Because
have
the first day I was
cereal,
like, I'm
didn't you?
surprised I
Yeah.
don't feel too bad. Yeah, the second day I was like, I don't feel well. But after I woke up a bit, I was like, I don't feel too bad. But come Friday was my best day. And I can't get over that. The fact that it was my first week back, fifth day getting up early, you'd think that should have been my worst.
Yeah.
But it was my best.
Well, your body was getting back in the swing of it.
Because
weren't
I
it?
let it. Because I didn't fucking kill myself every morning. I just did something.
Yeah. I'm still pissed off at my elbow, man. It ain't been right again.
You get there. Patience.
I know.
Stop playing with it.
I'm just doing
If you want to check us working out and the fitness stuff, I say on my socials, it's Body Mind Got You Covered, because here we like to talk about, stuff about your lives and how we navigate life and different perspectives and, things like that and things we encounter in life. And then on my Ryan's Road Fitness channel, it's more the physicality side of it. It's how to kind of keep fit and exercise, and I've got some new tutorials that I need to finish. But the main thing at the minute is the vlogging, because it's almost like a testimonial, because when I get to the point of doing regular tutorials and stuff, I want people to be able to look at me and they go, oh yeah, but it's easy for you. You ain't got a missus and young fucking kids. I'm like, I have. And not only have I got them, but I do a weekly fucking vlog, so you can go and watch what we fucking do every week.
Yeah.
Like eventually, I'd like to vlog every morning. But I mean, I've vlogged on the days when I can't be fucking arsed, when like I got some shit work to do, or like the kids ain't been sleeping well or something. Like I've come out, I ain't spoke much in the fucking vlog, but I've vlogged it because it's life. So I vlog it to show that you can do it. Like, it's hard, but you can do it, and the benefits of it, and like the specific movements we do, and how we've done it, and what's been good and what's been bad, and how we've changed it and whatnot, because we've been doing the vlogs now since like November sort of time, haven't we? So yeah, so that's there, and I do vlog my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu classes as well, which is another good like thing to do.
Oh, speaking of calisthenics and stuff, you know that Frank Madareno, whatever his name is, that I've shown you before.
Think so.
That calisthenics guy is super fucking ripped.
Yeah, it's just plug someone else, but carry on.
I know, but I mean, I was watching. He posted something and he was on about like how he started. And I didn't realize he didn't start till he was like mid-30s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he was just like, I did weights and everything. Oh, he said he was out of shape. He didn't step into a gym till he was in his mid-30s.
Wow.
He said he did the weights and stuff. But then he lost the weight and stuff and he got a bit stronger. But he was like, he did a pull-up and he was like, just blew his mind. So he just got like fucking hyper-obsessed with it.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I think we're going the right way about it. And I just thought it was nice because I look at him and I'm like, fucking hell, man, you must be doing this like your whole life. But it's like, no, he didn't start till like his mid-30s.
Right.
So it's like, it's nice for us kind of thing. It's like, oh, so we can get there still. Like, I knew we could, obviously. We could still
It's just
get there.
nice
It's just
to
nice to have
see.
an example.
See, this is where that's a nice example for us in our position right now, because we're already exercising, and my thing is like, oh, will people be bothered to listen to the podcast and the fitness channel sort of thing? So the reason I do that is exactly what I've just said, because there'll be other people that will look at people doing the fitness thing and go like, oh, that's what I'm trying to get at. We'll look at them in a creator way and go, oh yeah, but you're young and whatnot and doing the channel, you got time.
Yeah.
Whereas saying that about the guy who's in his 30s, like, oh, we can relate to that.
Yeah.
So that's why I do it, so people can relate, because we're like people that are like, I don't know, late 20s, early 30s that have got family and kids and work and everything else. That are like, I ain't got time to fucking exercise, man. And they see some people out there and they're like fucking 18, early 20s, they've got no commitments and whatnot and all this fucking time to exercise, and they're doing videos and tutorials. Like, there's that disconnect, there's that unrelatability.
Yeah.
Whereas with us, it'd be like, oh shit, man, they're in the exact same boat. Fuck, they got 3 kids, I got 1 or 2.
Well, I'd say, yeah, I've got 1 stepdaughter and another one on the way.
Yeah.
So if we can do it.
Can't wait for you to go through your first baby.
Oh man, I'm going to bail on you so many mornings.
You're not. You'll be strong. It'll be cool. And you can do
Well, I'll probably be by that fucking time anyway, won't I? So.
That's why I started.
Aye.
I used to get woke up getting nutted by Mikey. Literally. He used to throw himself back when he was annoyed. Chester would come in the bed, so he'd instantly be like, no, throw him, like fling himself back, so the back of his head would smack off the top of my head, and that's what would wake me up every day.
Oh, so that'd do the fucking trick, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Right, I'm gonna leave it off there. If it's on YouTube, there'll be links in the description for like my other social links. If you, like, I do a bit on TikTok, but mainly Instagram, Facebook. On Instagram, a lot I put up like in the stories, like our morning workouts every morning, sort of thing.
Yeah.
What we're doing, how I'm doing it, how I'm getting on with it, and whatnot, and like little tips and things like that. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the podcast. I apologise if this week was a bit fucking up and down, but as anyone that's been listening to the podcast so far knows, I don't fucking plan these. I get a bit of a fucking thought.
You get an idea of what you want to talk about.
Literally, I get an idea like, that kind of example.
You
flow with it.
You did contemplate taking notes and stuff, didn't you?
I think I did once. I wrote those ideas on a piece of paper, but I didn't like fully plan out a podcast.
Yeah.
But again, this will come if it ever gets to the point where I can do this sort of stuff full time. Then they'll be like, yeah, man, I'll spend like an hour a day just planning,
brainstorming.
Yeah, and like plan it out. You know, I'll be able to
but
get
then will the
quality.
podcast be as, genuine?
Yeah, it'll just be less fucking disconnected throughout. It should be, the quality should be better because I'll be speaking about a specific point.
I suppose. Yeah.
Because through the way I'll be like, oh, there's that and this, and I can write everything down and I can like memorise. Right, I want to talk about that. Even if it's just a glance at a piece of paper, like, right, I want to talk about that next.
Right.
And up to this point, sort of thing.
So you make sure you cover all your points.
Yeah, rather than be going, oh, and there's this.
Right. Yeah. No, I get it.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
like Jocko, man. Remember the first time he went
Back
on
to the book.
Yeah, the first time Jocko went on the Joe Rogan podcast, Joe was like, fuck you, the first one that's ever come in with a notepad. And he's like, well, I'm prepared. I'm like, fuck, I'd love to be that prepared for people because like I want them to listen to this feeling like they've got a quality podcast.
Yeah.
They've got value from what they've listened to.
Well, it's an hour out of your life, isn't it?
So, but like I said, I'm trying to juggle this between fucking everything else, sort of thing. So I'm doing the best I can, and ultimately as well, even if this don't become like a full-time vibe, it'll be as the kids get older. Yeah, because I could do this on a Sunday morning.
If I found as well, my dad used to do a podcast.
Yeah,
I'd fucking go and listen to that, man. That'd be class.
That's what it'd be nice to do this on a Sunday morning or something. Yeah. Whereas at the minute, come the weekends, I've been working most of the week. The missus has been on her own with the kids all fucking week. Yeah. I don't want to be like, right, I'm fucking off for the morning. You still got all the kids to yourself. Like, fuck that. Yeah. Like yesterday morning, I had all the kids up until about lunchtime. I just let her I told her to go upstairs, chill, play on the fucking Switch, have a shower, relax for a bit, get some fucking time to yourself. But that's the position I'm in because my kids are all really fucking young. Yeah. So, yeah.
Because when they're a bit older, they can kind of do their own thing.
Obviously, I'd love for this to just be work, like with the YouTube and everything, just making content for people. But
that's the dream, innit?
Worst case, it'll be like 5-10 years later when I've got more time, and then I can put more time to this.
True.
Very cool. Right, love you all. Take it easy. And
peace out.
We'll see you next week.
Really a good sign off. Ring a ding ding. This is the thing. I don't know.
That's fucking terrible. I like to just say love you all.
Peace.
Say love you all.
Love you all.
There you go.
I don't know. I'm sticking with my ring a ding ding thing.
You're a dick. 22. Oh. Last time I said 21.
You even checked it before we did the podcast.
I swear I did, yeah. And then afterwards,
you looked at it and you were like,
"Can find hope to my fanny."
Got a picky bit there, man. Oh, it's really hard not to pick it.
Yeah, don't. 18, 19, 20. Put phone on silent. Fucking eBay. 19, 20, 21. Sets to today.
Shit going off all the time now.
Oh, mate. No, it should be.
That's like Bug's Life, innit? It's so beautiful. Stay away from the light.
Yes. That's it.
Good fun. Anyway, welcome to Ryan's Road Podcast, episode 22. 22?
You're introing it, I know.
Oh, fuck it, I'll intro it if you're not going to do it. Episode 22?
Yeah. It's 22. Yeah.
22.
Last week was 21, but we said 22.
Right, so it's definitely 22.
Okay.